season.
He was the MVP that year.
Yeah, most valuable player in the league that year, and had over 1,000 yards rushing and 4,000 yards passing. I mean, there's the all-time list. Tracy Ham leads it. That thing, that's updated, including tonight's game. So
those two guys on the top are going to run till they drop. I don't think anybody's going to give up until Tracy Ham retired briefly at the end of last season. He lasted, he lasted the off-season in retirement.
Now Jeff Traversy, another the Calgary Stampeders that are going to head to the sideline injured. When you have to trace Tracy Ham all over the field, you start to get sore and muscles you never knew you had.
They're looking at a problem with the turf in the end zone down there. The joint's falling apart.
I thought this turf was wrinkle-free.
It's not anymore. The Big O in Montreal will fix it up. Hope. There's a problem with the artificial turf at Olympic Stadium.
Someone summoned an iron.
What is that, third base?
You can get an iron in there and just flatten out the wrinkles.
Trying to stitch things back together, so there's a timeout. And it's nice to see the panel all dressed up tonight.
Yeah. Made the trip to Montreal.
They're looking good.
Brought all their friends.
Well, Obi, I thought the Stampeders were going to show up tonight.
Holy cow, I wore this red jacket. I think I wore the wrong jacket tonight, but it's interesting to see now that we have a new wrinkle developing in this ball game.
Oh, Obi.
There you go.
He keeps us cracked up back here, John.
No, we didn't want to say it because it's the too obvious one.
Gordon Miller, eat your heart out.
We had an accident like this happen, and we played in the Sky Dome. That's what you get when you play on these baseball fields that are turned into football fields. Rod Hill happened to step on one of those pieces right there that they're pounding on, and it fell straight through. Now, can you imagine if somebody's foot was in there?
I also remember in Olympic Stadium, Terry Greer, a great receiver, he was diving for a ball, and they had nails holding down the turf at that time, and it actually cut a big cut on there. You might remember that, Marty, and you had to wear an elbow pad the rest of the season.
I'll let Marty remember that, Coach.
I was there, and I do remember it. I would like to ask Glenn Suter a question.
What's the question?
Glenn, I'm wondering if you talked to the players. Did they say they miss John Hufnagel in Calgary?
Well, I mean, there's no question, but I think the changes that they've had to deal with and trying to get some chemistry, Marty, to me is the big reason Wally's struggling early in the season. And he downplays the changes. You know, they lost 3 on the D line, and that hurts them on defense and all the experience there. And, of course,
and the two great slot backs.
Yeah, the 2 slot backs. And they haven't gelled, and they haven't made the plays to win football games. And yes, John Hufnagel is a big loss, but I don't see that this offense is all that much different, you know, scheme-wise than it was last year. They're just not getting the execution out of it that they are having the problem with. And again, we've talked about it all game, but it's the missed opportunities that Wally looks back at game tape and says, it's amazing. I mean, you look back at this stat again, 117 minutes, 55 seconds. They've had the lead in those 2 games.
No question about it, though, with John Hufnagel not around anymore for the Calgary Stampeders. It is a big adjustment for this team to make because he was one of the best offensive coaches.
There's no question about
that ever came down the pike in this league.
But it's the guys on the field that win and lose, not the coaches. And yes, he's a great coach, but I think the changes is the difference.
Well, we're ready to go. And the Alouettes are set up at the 5-yard line. Here's Ham escaping one more time. There's the touchdown. Michael
Souls got out in front. Pringle both escape, but it's the ability of Tracy Ham to buy some time because, again, he was caught in the backfield. Somehow got out of there.
Another wonderful march by Tracy Ham as the Alouettes pad their lead. It's 33-7. And Baker will add one more right here. You think we'll see Graves in this ball game? Not for a while, I don't imagine.
Probably not. I just want to throw one quick question to Les Brown, because he's had to play against Tracy Ham, as I've had to. Have you ever seen him run like the last couple of years? He hasn't run as much. He looks like the old Tracy Ham to me.
You know, Glenn, that is so true, because Tracy, I had talked to him once before, and he had told me that he was getting old. He didn't feel like he had to run as much. He wanted to be the passer instead of the runner. But I think that he finally realized that his whole package revolves around running the ball and throwing the ball.
His game is a lot to do with the run. There's no question about it.
And this touchdown, the key is the run. Anthony McClanahan off the edge has him dead to rights. He beats him cleanly and then throws him the end zone.
And you know, Glenn, he is so happy to be back in Montreal and to be back in the CFL and playing football again.
And I'll tell you somebody who's even happier, Coach Ritchie.
All right, guys, if
Can you
the turf...
imagine this team without him?
No. If the turf breaks, we'll call you in again. It may happen. We'll catch you at the end of the game. Coleman returning. He escaped and dragged one tackler across the 50-yard line.
Marvin Coleman's trying to do his best to try and get Calgary a little bit of something positive happening, and a nice return off the kickoff return. Garcia put a good drive together last time out, and Tracy Ham answered.
Lots to smile about at the Alouettes bench. There's a good-looking offense and a good-looking football team Dave Ritchie has put together, with a few subtle changes from '96. Garcia on first down. Some heat. Garcia takes off. He hasn't run a great deal. And is a pretty gifted running quarterback.
Yeah, he is a good running quarterback. I mean, last year he rushed for more yards than Tracy Ham. And we've seen what he can do now. Having said that, last year Tracy Ham had a back problem and really didn't run all that much. But Jeff Garcia can run the football. He likes to scramble to buy time, but he can't take off and run late.
He grabbed 9. This is 2nd and 1. Garcia in behind his big center, Jamie Crysdale, for the first down. And the Alouettes scoring drive looked like this. 7 plays to cover 50 yards.
It all started with a good return by Marcus Wall right after Calgary Stampeders scored a touchdown and maybe have a little momentum back. Marcus Wall takes it away from him with a good return, and then Tracy Ham puts that 7-play drive together to answer.
First down, Stampeders at the Alouette 48. Garcia to his right, and he'll take off again. The run is working effectively for Calgary now. Garcia about halfway to a first down as he's out on the far side.
Well, Garcia rolling to the outside that time. Really didn't have anyone downfield that was open. Vince Danielson had a shot. He was open momentarily, but Garcia just not the Garcia we're used to seeing. I mean, Danielson opened up briefly. He just didn't want to throw it in there, put it under his arm and took off.
He wasn't sharp early, but he looked
He's had one
more like his old self on that last drive when it was 4 of 5, 54 yards. Second down and wide open is Danielson going to the end zone. McClennan grabbed him at the 5-yard line.
Oh, this is a bust, and the veteran picks it up. Vince Danielson sees what's happening with the defense, and then he's not picked up and starts waving. Danielson's going to sneak inside right here. No one picks him up. There's a miscue. You see Spencer McClennan got all tied up with Tracy Gravely. Danielson picks it up, breaks off his pattern, heads right down the middle for the big play for Calgary.
37 yards for Danielson on the reception and run from Jeff Garcia. Stamps up 3 cracks at it from the 5. Garcia trying to flip it ahead. They call it intentionally grounding the ball. Now he had a receiver in the area.
They're excited about Larry McSeed here in Montreal. He's got great speed. We've talked about him a little bbit tonight already. And he's going to provide the pressure. Here he is right here coming off the edge. Watch the speed. He's going to drop. See the Garcia. His man is blocking so he can run. And watch him just track Garcia down.
Stampeders are going to think about this. 36 seconds left in the third quarter, and Wally
Was not happy.
not happy at the timeout call.
No. 10 plays are going to Mosquito. Tony Marciano was getting an earful on the sideline. He was the one with the headset on originally that Wally was yelling at. I don't think he liked the play selection on that last play. There's Tony Marciano, the offensive coordinator. Wally did not like that last call.
It's a long way from a full house, but it's a noisy building right now. Guano looks on. Stampeders, second and goal to go at the Alouette 5. They really have to punch one on here in the final seconds of the third quarter. 34-7, Montreal leading Calgary. Garcia can't find a receiver. Now something opens near the back of the end zone, and Vaughn can't bring it home.
Jeff Garcia is not comfortable in the pocket, John. I talked to him. Watch, he gets a shotgun snap, and there's no reason for him to start hopping around and jumping to his right like that. He has great protection downfield, and when he takes off to the right, Terry Vaughn comes and tries to make the spectacular catch for him, but Garcia does not have to run out of there like that. Now, when he does, he eliminates a whole side of the field. Now he's limited to one side of the field and basically one receiver, and he can't get it to him.
One more crack at it. Third and goal to go. Stampeders at the Alouette 5. Garcia tries this side. Now they converge.
Oh!
Touchdown. It was tipped ahead, and the catch is made in the end zone. Somehow Garcia got it through.
Oh, boy. What a catch by Travis Moore. My goodness.
A little lucky on that one.
Well, he was flat on his back.
And it just landed on his, well, landed in his mitts is where it landed.
Well, Garcia was all over the place, scrambling around, and wow, what a catch.
Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Good job, Mo. Good job, guys.
Straight concentration and just sticking with it for Travis Moore.
They'll settle for one. After the two-point convert failed earlier. Well, a little saving grace for the Stampeders on the final play of quarter number 3. Stampeders have closed to within 20 points now, 34-14. And Travis Moore
Take a look at
has
this
his
catch.
second catch for a touchdown this season. Watch one more time. It's tipped right to Travis Moore.
One-hander.
Like that.
Welcome back to CFL Live after 3 quarters, and maybe a sample of what the Calgary offense needs right now. A little bit of lady luck along the way, but a couple of touchdowns for the Stamps in this quarter, Obi, and showing at least a sign of life.
Well, they have. At least Jeff Garcia now is doing his role with the Stampeder offense. Tracy's been scrambling all over the place and making great plays to get the Alouettes into the end zone. Now you'll see Garcia here make a good play. He steps up in the pocket to avoid the rush, finds an open guy, gets him down into the scoring area, and then on the very next play gets him into the end zone. So these are the kind of things that he's going to have to do if they have any hopes of trying to pull this out. And stranger things have happened this season thus far, so if he can keep making these plays, who knows?
Bob, you're dreaming. This game's over.
Only Marty could be that lucky,
Yeah,
right?
I know, to make a call like that.
Not a chance.
You know, I got a feeling, though, they were lucky. The second touchdown,
Oh.
they threw it down the middle, a busted coverage in the secondary, gave him a chance to get down there in the scoring zone. And then a deflected pass by Tom Hips. Again, this guy's probably got more knockdowns in the game than all the defensive backs, and he knocks it right into the guy's hand who's laying on the ground. So,
that
you know,
time
you
he
got,
knocked
well,
it.
but they say you got to be a little bit good to be a little bit lucky, so maybe that's what's happening to him right now.
Well, that was a fantastic catch. I mean, Moore was going the other way and came back and one-handed it. I mean, tremendous play, you know, unordinary.
Gentlemen, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the attendance a little bit. I mean, yes, the Alouettes are doing very well on the field, but they've only drawn 7,669 people today. I guess that's a step in the right direction, if you want to stretch it, in that it's an improvement over last week's attendance. But still, it's a far cry from, obviously, from what...
I think if there were more fans there, maybe they could have electrified their team to come up big on that third down play.
Well, you know, I don't know if the Alouettes need a lot of help from the fans, except for the financial end of it, but Montreal's still very much in control and leading by 20. Back to the Big O now.
And here's the kickoff for the final quarter at Olympic Stadium. Good return going for the Alouettes again. This is the newcomer, Marcus Wall. Darryl Hall made the tackle. Marcus Wall.
Receivers over here.
Making his first start.
Jeff Garcia is going to take a pretty good hit from Larry McSeed after he throws this football. See Birch coming in there and diving. And there comes the hit right there from Larry McSeed. You know, there's a new category in the CFL. It's called forced fumbles, and he leads the way in it. Just a couple of games, and then see Garcia. How's it go? You'd rather be good to be lucky or lucky to be... Yeah, I can't remember. But anyways, it was a bit lucky.
One way or the other it fits, I think.
It was a bit lucky, but they'll take it, I'm sure, in Calgary.
On first down, it's Pringle. Nice 34-yard kick return.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, first touchdown for Calgary. Marcus Wall comes back, gets the momentum back, and then Ham puts a drive together. And now it seems to have happened again, because after a 6-play, 58-yard scoring drive from Garcia, the big play going, of course, to Vince Danielson down the middle. Now Ham's got the ball back in pretty good field position again because of Marcus Wall.
Closing in on midfield are the Alouettes on 2nd down and 7. And Ham got away. Now he lost the ball. It's loose, picked up by the Stampeders. And it's Darryl Hall now coming up with the ball.
Little rugby.
After Pope got the initial fumble, and it looked a little like rugby afternoon out there.
Well, it's a safety blitz from the Calgary Stampeders. Greg Knox had come up, was going on the blitz. It's number 8. You're going to see him come into your screen late as Tracy Ham starts to scramble around. Now, there's Greg Knox. He goes down. The ball hits the turf.
Nice bounce to Pope.
Pretty athletic move from a defensive lineman. Little pitch out there, and then a little fake rugby action down the sideline.
Darryl Hall taking it.
Got a whole quarter to go.
Final few yards. I brought Richie Hall out of retirement there briefly.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Richie Hall was a little shorter.
Let's see what the Stampeders can do near the 35. Garcia forced it a bit, but he got it through. And now it goes right back to Montreal. Joseph Rogers couldn't hang on.
He took a hit from Larry McSeed again, who has been all over the field. Blitzing Garcia, dropping into coverage. That time he dropped and he came up and hit Joseph Rogers right between the solar plexus. Watch the hit. You're going to see number 31 just flash when that ball comes inside right there, right in the back.
2nd and 5. Garcia will have the first down. Run a little bit more in the second half. 34-14, 12:51 to go in the final quarter in Montreal.
Well, Jeff Garcia's come back a little bit better in the second half. I think it's fair to say. He
Substantially so.
Yeah.
Somehow they have to score twice in a row, though, to catch these guys. Maybe 3 times in a row, actually. Down by 20. Garcia. Man open over the middle. Travis Moore.
Just a zone defense. When you play a zone defense, quarterback is told just to throw it underneath in front of the linebackers. One guy breaks a tackle, you get big yardage out of it. It's awful tough to break his tackle, though. He's one of the best.
This is 2nd and 7. Garcia being chased by Payton. He got rid of him. Now there's a wide open field to the other side. A man open at the line. It's picked up. Olson was the intended receiver, and another drive ends for Jeff Garcia.
Herb Smith was sitting back there waiting, and Garcia never saw him.
Another drive. Herb Smith, first interception of the season for Montreal. He has 13 career coming into this game. And 6 last year.
The great ones, John, know where the receivers are. Don't have to go and stand beside him. Garcia scrambles around, and he has plenty of time to throw it now. He sees Vince Danielson open. What he didn't see was Herb Smith hanging out there on the sideline.
And it was a great catch. Mike Pringle, left side, great speed. Knox comes over to slow him down. The Stampeders finally catch up. Mike Pringle. Nice play there, but the catch on the goal line was equally beautiful.
Mike Pringle has the ball because of this interception, and it was a really nice catch. But see, Garcia saw Danielson open up there, but what he didn't see is right over by the numbers. Herb Smith was sitting there waiting. He went, oh, where did he come from? That kind of day from number 7.
Alouettes right along midfield, just inside Stampeder territory at the 54. Another loose ball. Michael Souls lost it. Stampeder say it's theirs, and that's the official ruling. So the turnover goes right back the other way. And the Stampeders are about 40 yards away from where they were a few minutes ago.
I don't know that Michael Souls got the handle on this one from the beginning of the play. Just going to turn around, simple trap play. Oh, he did get it right there, and it was stripped. Looked like he was sort of bobbling it, but he had it under that right arm, and then I think it was Ernie Brown got his left arm in there. Yeah. 2 fumbles back to back, and Calgary couldn't take advantage of the first one. See if they can this time.
From the 50, first down Calgary. Far side, Garcia has Rogers.
Late flag over there, John. Late flag on the sideline. Seemed like something after the fact. They get a little extra yards. Joseph Rogers was pushed when he was way out of bounds. Fred Childress is in there trying to persuade them. Doesn't look too happy. This one might be coming back.
Objectionable conduct. Calgary number 80. 2nd down.
Oftentimes it goes against the tackling player.
Toss the ball back.
But Rogers apparently lost it here.
Well, here's the end of the play. He's going to get pushed out right there fairly aggressively, I would say, with the forearm to the chops. And I think right after that play, Rogers pushed Douglas Kraft, and that's where the penalty flag was thrown.
He threw the ball at Kraft, apparently. So now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Garcia. And it'll be a first down. Stampeders out at the 45-yard line. As Marcus Wall, or Fred Bailey, rather, makes the catch.
Yeah, what they did there is they tried to layer the zone defense, have Fred Bailey a little deeper behind the linebacking core. Fred Bailey's the second guy in the pattern. He's deeper. Vince Danielson underneath. They layer him. Bailey opens up. Or Bailey, excuse me.
Long toss. Rogers made the catch. Did he stay in?
Well, that was the play that they threw to Joseph Rogers on the sideline when he got the objectional call. And you know that's going to drive Wally Buono nuts. You know, even in the game, even if this game is out of reach, it's those little things. He's talked about them all week. Little things, a penalty here and there, a drop here and there. Heard him again tonight.
2nd down. And 10 to go. Stampeders are at the Alouettes 39. Garcia looking for Vaughn. And Vaughn draws a penalty marker. Coverage on Herb Smith.
Well, Herb Smith got caught grabbing. No question about it. Good call by the official. I don't know that Terry Vaughn would have been able to run under that one anyway.